Consulting is an organization that is very strong in 3 areas. Now, the first area is in the area of consultancy. That's where we help organizations in terms of helping them with the strategy, with the processes, and with all of the advisors, for example, to help them become excellent in the organization. And of course, we also look into training and equipping the people with the skill sets, with the competencies to help them be better at work. And of course, the final area, research. Now, in the area of research itself, we do a lot of work in terms of consumer research, market research, for example, and of course, in terms of hearing the voice of the customers through surveys, through focus groups as well. And of course, my favorite is in the area of mystery shopping, and that's where we work on a nationwide project, which is what we call Retail Industry Mystery Shop, where we send people in to be secret shoppers to assess the service level of retailers in Singapore. And this is where we help the industry to know what is the industry benchmark, to know exactly where they stand as compared to the other industry players in retail. Now, well, of course, if I could bring us back to when we first started, why we wanted to be involved in this. In Beacon Consulting itself, we believe in contributing back to the society, back to the community. So when we heard about this program itself, we were delighted because it gives us a chance to groom people. Because one of the areas that Beacon Consulting does a lot of is in the area of training. So when we went through the program that the students are going through, we felt that, hey, we are exposed to a pool of people who have the right job fit for our own industry because of the programs that they go through, because of the subjects that they are trained in. And many of these students will probably be people who go in with the right mindset that they want to be they want to specialize in the area of consumer behavior and research. Right? So with the right training in school and with the right mindset, we felt that, hey, the people who would come on board in this program will be people who have the right mindset and skills for the job itself. Very suitable for our industry.
Okay.
The answer is yes, because if we look at the discipline modules and as well as the specialization modules, well, the students are exposed to qualitative methods, quantitative methods, which is exactly the kind of methodology that we use a lot of in Beacon Consulting. And of course, in terms of the specialization modules, we have things like branding, advertising, promotion. So when the students come on board to work with us in Beacon Consulting itself, they are exposed to branding, market perception and stuff like that, which is exactly what we do in real life. Now, well, of course, in terms of contribution, I'm pretty sure based on the diploma itself, they would actually have a shorter learning curve when they come out to work. Now, why do I say that? For example, we have actually made a visit to RP's Market Research Lab, and when we saw the tools that they are exposed to, we were rather impressed because they are state-of-the-art. I mean, they have things like the face reader, the eye tracker, the biopack, for example. And we also understood that at that point in time, they also have training in SPSS. Now, if we look at our researchers in Beacon Consulting, now the SPSS is a must. they have to use SPSS to analyze the data and to write recommendations for our clients. So in the past, I still remember when we first started many years ago, we had to spend money, we had to spend time training people and equip them with SPSS. But with students who are already trained, if we look at the contribution itself, that it would then mean that these students come in with already the skills equipped in them. And that actually helps them shorten the learning curve, and we are able to very quickly give them higher value projects, and they are able to take on projects that are of a higher level. Now, in terms of the MEP program itself, well, it is something that is a wonderful initiative, a wonderful part of the students' learning journey, because it gives the students real-life exposure. Now, it's not just about theory, because I still remember when I was back in school, we didn't have much of these industry attachments. And whatever we learned, the perception of the industry is whatever books that we read from. But if we look at MEP, it allows the students to know what it is like to have that kind of working experience. They have a taste of, is this the kind of work that I want, right? Is this the industry that I would love to create a career out of? That's one. Secondly, it also helped them make sense of what they are learning in school, because theory is only theory, and a lot of times as students we will always scratch our head and ask ourselves this question: why are we learning all these theories? But with the attachment and with the MEP program itself, they will then realize, oh, I study SPSS, now when I'm back in the industry I'm using it. So it gives the student this reason for studying harder, because everything that they learn in school is relevant to the industry. Well, definitely yes. Now, having said that, it also depends on the objective of the industry partners. Now, if they are hoping that, hey, this is a source of labor to help us with the market, the labor shortage, the labor crunch, for example, now then I wouldn't advise that. Now, industry players who would like to be involved in MEP should do so with the right mindset, because, for example, for us, the reason why we want to go into this is because we would like to expose the students to real life experience, to give them a feel of what it is like to be working in a research organization like ours. So for us, what we did for them was that we actually planned the 6-week program for them. We knew exactly what they're going to do on a daily basis, and we made it a point to give them different types of exposure, so they don't just stay in the photostating room, photostat, the whole day long, because there's no learning in that. And what we've also done is we've actually attached them to a mentor, and they will sit with a mentor, they'll work alongside with a mentor. As and when they have questions, they can just reach out to the mentor and say, hey, I have a question, how do I do this? The mentor will also keep an eye on them, and they will actually give them feedback at the end of the day. And of course, at the end of the whole program itself, the mentor will actually write a report on them in terms of how they have fared during the attachment. So for industry players who would like to be involved in this program itself, they should, because it's a worthy cause, and they should do it with the right objective. the objective of helping the students enhance their learning journey.